Much of what librarians and administrative librarian staff do today requires adeptness in creating and manipulating files within different Microsoft Office Suite programs. New computers are brought by the library every year and come packaged with the newest Microsoft Office Suite, which also includes Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access offers the functionality of a database and the programming capabilities to easily create and navigate screens and forms. It helps to analyze large amounts of information and manage data. Currently, administrative librarians are using Access as a way of filling out and keeping track of employee performance evaluations. With the constant changing of Microsoft Access software, it is imperative that librarians and administrative librarian staff learn how to use the different functions in Access. By the end of this tutorial, you will have learned how to productively and efficiently update these forms by inserting the library's logo and changing the font and style of the text on the form. For this tutorial, we will be using the Access Employee Performance Evaluation form that we used to use for the library administration staff. In opening the file, we can see that the Access file opens the main switchboard form. On the left-hand side of the screen, we can see that it is broken down into the All Access objects. This contains the tables, the queries, forms, and the reports that make up this Access file. In this tutorial, we will be just mainly focusing on the main switchboard form. In this form, we will be adding our logo and changing the font and style of the text on this form. To get started, up on the left-hand side on the Home tab, we do have a View option. On the View option, we are going to click the little down arrow below the word View. That brings up our view options. We have Form View, which is the view we're in now, Data Sheet View, that brings up the data tables. We have a Layout View and how things are laid out, and then we have the Design View. In the Design View, we're going to click on, which brings up our layout design of our form. This is broken down into the form header, details, and the form footer. We are going to want to add our logo to the form header. To do so, we can see at the top we are in the Design tab. Under the Design tab, that gives you different options of fonts, colors, inserting an image, chart, but we want to insert a logo. So on the right hand side, we have an option that says Logo. We are going to click on the word Logo. That will bring up our Insert Picture window. In this window, we're going to go to Pictures because that's where our logo is stored. And we're going to click on the image Warren Public Library logo. And then we're going to click OK. This will insert the logo onto the form header. As you can see, the logo is a little bit on the small side. So we want to make that logo a little bit bigger. To do so, you can see that there is a yellow square around our logo. We're going to put our mouse in the bottom right hand corner so we get a double size arrow. There we are going to click and then drag down to our lower right side. This will make our logo bigger and more legible. Now that we have our logo sized and positioned where we want it, we are going to change the font style of the main switchboard text. To do so, we are going to click on the text box for this main switchboard. On the top, where the Design tab is, we also have Arrange and Format. We're going to click on the Format tab. This will bring up the options for our font. Right now, the font is at Seago. We want to change this font so it is similar to what the font is in our logo. On clicking the arrow down next to Seago, it brings up the options of the font styles we want or could use. For this tutorial, we are going to change from the Seago to Rockwell. So we're going to click on Rockwell. As you notice, it now has changed the font for the words main switchboard. Now we want to also make it bold. Below Rockwell, you can see that we have our normal font style settings: bold, italics, underline. We're going to click on the B for the bold, and that will make it bigger and brighter. Now we have successfully inserted our logo and changed the font to Rockwell and made the font bold. To make sure that this layout is the way we want it, we want to click on the Home tab on the top left hand corner. Under the Home tab, you can see that we have our View option again. We are going to click on the little tab above the word View. This will take us back to our form view to see the changes that we have made. As you can see, we now have our logo and our font changed in our header. You have now completed this tutorial. You have now learned how to productively and efficiently update forms by inserting the library's logo and the changing of the font and style of text within a form.